You missed us. I'm sure you did. I missed Morgan. I missed him so much. This time that we have together in the monkey all thing, it just my week was ruined. I'm sure yours was too.
I was enjoying my sabbatical personally.
Nobody wants to hear from me. God. But yeah, I'm sure you didn't know what to get. I mean, what were you gonna buy if we didn't tell you to buy it?
All of it.
Well, let's hope. Let's hope you just erred on the side of more is better. But that's okay. This week we are back to supplement Will's always amazing, very, very, very informational Marvel videos, and also our ghost buzzer. Yeah. I don't know why, but it's a ghost buzzer.
It is spooky. It's a holdover from Halloween.
We
like to keep it spooky all year round.
That's right. Maybe next week I'll dress as Mulder.
But that would be amazing. Can we both be Mulder? Can we all be Mulder?
We could.
Be Mulder week.
I can't get my hair to do that anymore though. You got to get the middle 90s.
Dude, what? He has like 5,000 different hairstyles across that show, and they're all horrible and amazing. But anyways, less about Mulder and more about comics. Ooh, speaking of some major hair going on here.
That actually, who is that?
Yeah,
is
that's
Kyle?
Hal. No, it's Hal.
Whoa, dude, how's hair game is? I thought his hair game was down now.
Well, you see, that's just first of all. Story before continuity, that's a new rule at DC.
Oh, okay.
This entire Darkseid War thing takes place, like, off to the side of everything else going on, because it wouldn't make sense otherwise. Unlike Marvel with their, Secret Wars happens, like, right here, and then all this stuff happens, and it still doesn't make sense. DC just isn't even trying. They're accepting it. They're changing the rules of the game, you know?
And that's cool. I just wish they said that somewhere.
Don't you read the internet?
No, the internet is bad.
There you go.
Yeah.
But anyways, we've got not just one starring Green Lantern, but two Justice League Darkseid War one-shots here. In addition to the Green Lantern, there's Shazam. He is now the god of gods. Instead of just being some kid empowered by, like, a bunch of gods, he's, like, got all the new gods inside of him. The ones that, aren't inside of Batman and Green Lantern and the Flash.
Is he, like, Highfather?
Yeah. Highfather, Yuga Khan, Darkseid's father.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, this is by the team of Steve Orlando and Scott Collins. Wow, all the ghost electronics around here. It's like they're trying to tell us something.
Right.
And then over on the Green Lantern book, we've got Tom King, who has been doing a lot of really cool stuff. He's doing Vision for Marvel now, which came out last week. Didn't have a chance to talk about it, but it is bueno. And drawn by Doc Shaner, who is the best. He's got like this classic style he mixes with a really modern take, and it's just really, really solid superhero stuff.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't put him on the Shazam book, though.
Yeah,
I would have switched those two, especially because Collins did Green Lantern before. But whatever, I like it. The second issue of the very surreal, very strange, slightly sexy, and slightly psychedelic Twilight Children. That's right. Gilbert Hernandez, Darwin Cook, two of the greatest creators of the medium, come together to bring you one of the weirder stories you'll probably read all year. For those of you that don't know, Darwin Cook does not make bad comics. And Gilbert Hernandez, they might not be understandable, but they're certainly not bad. Certainly not. They are batshit insane, though, because he's kind of crazy. But that's okay. And this is, for $5, I know there's a lot of books that are $5. This is worth the $5. Genuinely, really, really gorgeous stuff. Oh, very scary iZombie ad. Just close your eyes on the ads, but goddamn. Very great atmosphere stuff, really cool from Vertigo.
And over at Image here, we have the final issue of one of the best miniseries all year, Airboy, number 4. This is James Robinson and Greg Hinkle. James Robinson, a veteran superhero writer.
Yes.
He's been working at DC since like the 90s. Did he do anything in the 80s?
Maybe late 80s.
Yeah, I don't know. But he did Starman, like the Starman, Jack Knight Starman. He's been working at Marvel lately. He has like 2 new Marvel books coming out with this whole all new, all different thing.
Is he on 2 new Marvel?
Yeah, he's got Scarlet Witch and one other book, but I can't remember what. But this sees them, Greg Hinkle and James Robinson, trying and failing to come up with a reboot for Airboy for Image Comics. And subsequently doing so many drugs that they end up actually seeing / pulling Airboy out of his own universe and into ours, or horrible, scummy, depressing, drug-addled universe.
Yeah, I had no idea it was so bad.
Yeah,
or that green.
Really
so green.
But by this point in the series, they've been pulled into his universe. So they're in the midst of World War II, fighting robots, along with Airboy, Skywolf, and a bunch of other weirdo, like, aviation heroes from the 40s, all of whom are actual comic characters.
Because aviation heroes were huge.
Yep.
Telling you. It's like radioactive heroes of the 60s. What are you gonna do?
Pretty much.
And, well, this may not be born from radiation. Infinity Gauntlet, number 4, I think. 5. It's been so long because of the Secret Wars, whatever, blah, blah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Dustin Weaver. That's right, the man who has not brought you the last volume of S.H.I.E.L.D. Very close, though. Maybe soon, in the near future, we'll see the end of that. But this man has been working his ass off on this book. And it's not his fault that it's late, which is amazing. It's totally Marvel's fault. This shit was done. But you have, basically, Nova family. Including Nova Dog, because Nova Dog is awesome.
Nova Dog is amazing.
Hand to hand, throwing down with Thanos, of all people. And what do they have? 1 gem versus all the other Infinity Gauntlet gems. Who's gonna win? I don't know. But Nova Family is pretty badass. This has been really cool, swell. And it's been very much like Akira in the Wasteland, with just like these people who happen to get superpowers and they have to fight all sorts of strange beasts, and then there's Thanos. It's awesome. It's really cool. Yeah. Jerry Duggan co-writes, Dustin Weaver does all the color, art, pencils, inks. And that was our Ghostbuster.
Just tell us it's time to move on, I guess.
Moving on. It's like speed chess. It's like D.
And a new number 1 here from DC. This is a 7-issue miniseries, Superman American Alien. This is by writer Max Landis, who is the son of John Landis, the creator of many Hollywood movies, including that Twilight Zone movie we don't talk about unless we're trying to come up with trivia at a party. And he's written, like, let's see, that was Chronicle, the Josh Trank indie movie that was basically Akira in Seattle. There was,
he was that guy?
Yeah. He did American Ultra, which came out recently, and he's done a bunch of YouTube videos where he, like, gets really drunk and tries to explain the death of Superman and stuff like that, which is actually pretty entertaining.
Okay.
But this is taking Superman and really examining, like, him as a youth, not necessarily like, oh, Smallville High School, it's like, starts off with a scarier tale of him being a little kid, almost killing his parents, stuff like that.
I mean, the cover is rocking some creepy Children of the Corn stuff going on.
Yeah, it's like examining what it's really like to be an alien, but growing up as a human.
Especially in Kansas, dude.
Yeah,
damn.
Right? And this looks to...
It's Nick Dragotta.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Dragotta's taking a break from East of West here. We've got other artists for the next few issues. Should be a really interesting look at Superman.
And from Image Comics, part of Brandon Graham's new, well, kind of new, shared fantasy universe, we have the second part of 8House Yoris by Phil Barlow and Helen Mayer. Phil Barlow is one of the absolute huge influences on Brandon Graham. In the second issue sees Yoris, who has been poisoned and left in an asylum as she is then poked at and prodded by the other crazy inmates who, you know, of course, are curious about the fresh meat that is there. But even more to the point, which is super, super awesome, one of Phil Barlow's older stories from 1993 is reproduced in the back. And holy crap, I can see why Brandon likes his stuff so much. Like, the newer stuff, it's a little shiny, a little more refined, but I really like the grit of this older stuff, and the layouts are really, really great, and this character design is like some awesome...
Well, that's like full Bowie. You would love it no matter what. This is like
Bowie, Keytar thing, yeah. But this should be very cool, very excited for part 2, and you won't get part 3 till like 2016, but that's kind of how this series rolls.
Mm-hmm. Right, and my last book for you here is Southern Bastards number 12.
With the chicken. I love that cover. That cover.
Kung Fu cartoon chicken.
Yeah.
And that is actually what a lot of this issue is about.
Alright.
Weirdly enough. There's actually some story here that pertains to the rest of the Craw County saga. It's actually not written by Jason Aaron. You got Jason Latour taking over writing here.
Oh, and Chris Brunner?
Yeah.
Oh, man, Chris Brunner's awesome. He does Loose Ends?
Yeah, friend of the Jasons.
Oh, man.
He jumped onto the end of Latour's, it was either Latour or Aaron's run on Wolverine and the X-Men. He did a few pages in the last issue.
Yes, yeah, those were awesome.
Sweet.
In fact, I have those pages on my wall, because they are that good. Storm and Wolverine
with
in
the neon Japan streets, yeah. This is catching up with little kid Tad, who Coach Boss's cronies ended up like beating to a pulp and kind of leaving for dead, just to send a message to Earl Tubb early on in the series. He's now in a bed. He's not so much a vegetable as he is a potted plant, one of the nurses describes him as. Yeah, it's rough. But he has lots and lots of TV to watch while he's in this coma. And, you know, all the drugs they pump you full of, plus cartoons are kind of weird these days anyways, makes for an interesting mix.
We're not responsible if you see Kung Fu cartoon chickens in your sleep.
Yeah, not in the least.
And my final pick, also from Image, also from one of the Jasons. This is The Goddamned, Jason Aaron, R.M. Guerra, the two people that brought you the very intense, very emotionally distraught, very violent series Scalped, which is very, very many things. They bring you the story of how horrible the world before the flood is. This is 1650 years after Eden, and we've been kicked out of Eden, but before the great cleansing of Noah. So stuff's just not good here. It basically starts with dude in like a crap pit getting peed on, and then things just kind of go bad from there. He doesn't find clothes until like at least page 8.
Oh
and then
my God,
he's got
they actually give him clothes?
Well, a little bit, and then he's got to fight for his life, and it's like really great, primal, vicious storytelling with gorgeous, dirty art by R.M. Guerra and colors by Gyula Brusco. I'm sorry to totally butcher that, but yeah, double-sized issue, only $3.99. Boom. And with that, I know you're glad that we're back. It's okay. You know, when you come in, you can tell us how happy you were to see us. It's fine.
Yeah, please do. It's a huge ego boost for us.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, we'll see you next week.